Welcome back to Flavor of Poland. In today's episode, we'll travel to the southwest side of Poland to a place with a unique culture and cuisine unlike any other found in Poland. This region is called Silesia, and the best way to explore its past and the culture born out of it is to take a stroll through its capital city, Katowice. We may need to take a hard hat along for this particular experience, though, because Silesia is historically the center of Poland's hard industry. We'll stop at a couple of the city's most popular restaurants, which proudly uphold the region's old traditions with a modern twist. We'll then meet back in the kitchen and recreate a typical Silesian Sunday dinner, traditional beef roulade with potato dumplings and modra kapusta, Silesia's famous red cabbage dish. I can't wait to uncover the flavors and riches of Poland's Silesia with you today.
Funding for this program is provided by Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union. Our credit union is more than a bank.
Baron Chocolatier. LOT Polish Airlines offers non-stop flights from the United States to Europe via Poland or Hungary. Luggage, hot meals and drinks are all included. The in-flight entertainment system gives you access to a wide variety of movies and cartoons.
Be our guest. LOT Polish Airlines, a Star Alliance member.
Ernest Rust. Kitchens, wardrobes, interiors.
Welcome to Flavor of Poland. My name is Aleksandra August, and I'm so excited to take you on a delicious journey through my native country. I'm a Polish-American actress, but I also love to eat, and I love to cook. Growing up in the States, I was always asked questions about Poland's culture, its history, and most of all, of course, about its food. So I finally decided to take all of you from back home, back here to my first home, and introduce you to its true flavor. Welcome to Katowice. This bustling city is the capital of the Silesian region of Poland. Katowice is the heart of an agglomeration of 2 million people. Once only identified as a booming center of heavy industry, it is still recognized for its numerous mines, old ironworks, and factories. Today, Katowice is a truly European city, blending modernity with history and remaining deeply rooted in its cherished traditions. Katowice is not only a place of history and old traditions, it is also home to modern innovation and some impressive contemporary architecture. The best example of that is the Spodek Sports and Entertainment Arena. Opened in 1971, it has become a symbol of the modern-day city, drawing in fans of music, sports, and entertainment for over 40 years. Just next to the Spodek Arena lies a second piece of modern-day architecture that bears an even greater significance to the city. Designed in a post-industrial aesthetic, the International Congress Center in Katowice is one of the best business and conference facilities in Poland, and it was the site of the 2018 United Nations Climate Change Conference. Thanks to the consensus that the parties were able to reach with their enormous commitment, Katowice has become another milestone after Kyoto and Paris on the road to a sustainable global climate policy. There are quite a few must-see attractions when in Katowice. A ride up the old mining tower for breathtaking views over the city and its countryside is not to be missed. The city's downtown area took shape in the middle of the 19th century, and further development continued after 1880. The buildings erected in this time period carry an eclectic style and decor rooted in Neo-Renaissance and Neo-Baroque styles, with some elements of a later Secession style. Mariacka Street in Katowice is one of the most important and recognizable streets in the city's downtown area. Its name derives from Kościół Mariacki, or St. Mary's Church, found at the street's far end. Witek, I was walking through the Katowice city center and I noticed the name of your restaurant, Browar Mariacki, which is the Mariacki Brewery.
Exactly.
And I was very intrigued. Tell me about the vision of your restaurant.
Amazing home-style cuisine, special dishes from this province. And besides that, we brew our own beer, and we got 5 different kinds of beers. The first one from my right-hand side, it's a Pils beer, and it's a bottom fermentation style beer, full of aromas, flower flavors, a little bit bitter. And the second one, it's a wheat beer, it's a Bavarian style beer. Take a proper sip, don't be afraid. In Poland we say, It's better to drink beer and say something stupid than drink water and have a hiccup.
I like that saying. Okay, so you have to help me.
Okay, I will. I love beer. Cheers.
Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie.
So I hear that in Silesia, rosół was called nudelzupa. Is that right?
Yes, it is right. This part of Poland used to change in ownership too many times in the history. And the language became fully mixed between those three languages, Polish, Czech, and German. So when the local people, the Silesian people, which we call Hanis, when they start talking between each others, the people from outside the province, actually, they don't have any idea what we're talking about.
But you know, it's interesting that even though this area had so many different influences from different cultures, everywhere I go, I see that the cuisine has its own identity. People are preserving these traditions and they hold strong to them, stronger than in other parts of Poland.
Different part of Poland, we are different. Let's say like that. We were divided for many years by our neighbors, and all the influence came to this divided part of Poland. So here we got a lot of German influence.
Right.
Yeah, on the eastern part of Poland, we got a lot of Russian influence, and then from the south, a lot of Austro-Hungarian. Because in those days, Poland didn't exist, and a big influence came in the schools, traditions, the way how you raise your kids, and all the cuisine influence came from our neighbors.
What are the typical dishes that are enjoyed in the average family home here today?
Food for simple people. Feed the mind that it must be strong food, fill up your stomach, and give you a power for next day to work hard in the mouth.
Hearty, warming, filling,
Exactly, filling full of the calories.
and most importantly, made with heart.
The best cuisine is made of heart.
The Silesian region of Poland is not only defined by its palaces and sacred buildings. This is also a pearl of industrial architecture. Today, the Guido Mine in Zabrze is the only deep coal mine into which you can ride down more than 1,000 feet beneath the surface of the earth and explore the old work environment of the Silesian miners. The Mine and Coal Mining Museum is the only such monument of mining technology in Europe. I have to see this for myself. The mine here in Zabrze is named after its founder, Guido Henkel von Donnersmarck, who opened it in 1855. The last coal was extracted from the mine in 1928, and 89 years later, the undergrounds of the mine were opened for visitors. The Guido Mine is a star of technology along the industrial monument route of the voivodeship of Silesia, as well as an anchor point along the European route of industrial heritage.
Zapraszam do szoli.
It is not only one of the deepest tourist routes in a coal mine in Europe, it also provides artistic experiences with its underground music chamber and theater, and even features a pub on its deepest level. At 320 meters below the surface of the earth, the mine's pub invites you to enjoy its house specialty, a local brew called Guido, provided by a nearby brewery in Gliwice. Guido Mine even serves its own craft beer made here locally in Zabrze. Now, I've never had beer nearly 1,000 feet underground, and I think it's a pretty well-deserved beverage after a long and hard day at work in the mines. Na zdrowie.
Dobrze.
Nikiszowiec is one of the oldest neighborhoods of Katowice. It's a unique and characteristic place that fascinates tourists from around the world. Here, elements of history and architecture tell the story of an old way of life, industry, and deep family traditions. A walk through Nikiszowiec gives us an opportunity to move back in time by several decades into the world of the city's mining past, where the culture and traditions of the city took place. What an extraordinary place, right? Imagine years ago, miners would come home from their long shifts at the mine to their wives and children, and a warm meal full of Silesian delicacies awaited them. It seems like the aroma of those times long gone still hangs in the air here today. It's communities just like Nikiszowiec that gave birth to the Silesian culinary tradition. Speaking of, that's making me a little hungry, so let's go discover the taste of Silesia. Today, I'll visit a popular local restaurant called Modra, a name that serves as a reference to the popular red cabbage dish of the region, Built within the walls of an old engine room, this unique establishment provides a dining experience unlike any other. From the moment they enter through the door, guests are fully immersed into the culture and world of Silesia, both present and past. Paweł, I want to know all about the food here at this restaurant, as well as about all the food that fits under the cuisine of the Silesian region in Poland. Wow.
That's the pork aspect.
So this is the pork aspect, yes?
Yes, that's pork aspect.
All right, well, let me give this a try.
Yes, please.
It looks extraordinary. And it tastes extraordinary.
It's made of pork meat and some vegetables. So we mix together, we blend it together, and we put it into the broth. And when it gets chilled, it bounces like gelatin, right? So we call it jelly.
So this is the herring, yes?
Yes, this is a herring. This is the second starter. A fish, slightly covered with some butter.
And are these breadcrumbs?
Yeah, kind of marinated in vinegar and anise, so you can feel the refreshment.
It's amazing. I've had herring before, but never breaded like this. I think this is my new favorite version.
Very simple, isn't it?
It is, but let's move on to the soup.
Yes, please.
All right, let's give this a try. The color reminds me a little bit of like a light beet soup.
Yes, it's not definitely beet. It's so you can find a carrot in it, and the sliced cabbage, right? The red cabbage, the modra kapusta,
Right.
and a few. Here it is.
Cranberries.
A few, yes,
There they
fresh
are.
cranberries.
I feel like this would be a perfect soup for when you don't feel well.
Yeah.
It really warms you up.
It's really nice. A little bit sweet, even.
If you can, you'll have to give me the recipe for this one.
We'll talk about it later.
So this is the famous beef roulade.
That's the one, yes.
Let's give it a try.
It's very tender. When you put it with a knife, it just fell off.
It just melts in your mouth. Absolutely wonderful. Just like everything else I've tried here today, I'm going to be asking the kitchen for all of their recipes because I have to learn how to make them for myself. What a journey! Katowice and the Silesian region can certainly bring you into a different kind of world and a different aspect of Poland. I'm so excited we had a chance to explore its industrial past and the rich traditions born out of it, but more importantly, I'm glad we had a chance to try its unique tastes. Now it's time to learn how to bring a little bit of Silesia into our own homes. I'm excited because today we're going to make a traditional Silesian Sunday dinner, a beef roulade with homemade dumplings paired with the region's iconic red cabbage dish called modra kapusta. Here's everything we need to make our Silesian dinner today. We need 1 pound of mashed potatoes. We'll need 1 pound of beef entrecôte sliced into 6 medium-sized pieces. We'll need 1 onion chopped and 6 prunes, which I've also cut into smaller pieces. We'll need a bit of potato starch. We're gonna need 1 egg. We'll need 6 quarter slices of pickle, 2/3 cup of red wine vinegar. We'll need 1 apple, 3 to 4 balls of allspice, and then a couple laurel leaves. We'll need 6 medium-sized slices of bacon, a bit of salt and pepper for taste. We'll need 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of clarified butter, as well as 2 tablespoons of regular butter. We'll need a little bit of white flour. We're gonna use it to toss our meat in later on in the recipe. We'll need a small red cabbage, 2 cups of beef broth, and then we'll need some saran wrap. This is what we're gonna use to beat our pieces of meat in a moment, and then toothpicks. Once we've wrapped our beef roulades, we're gonna secure them with some toothpicks, so you'll need that as well. Okay, we'll begin by beating our beef. So we'll take it onto our cutting board piece by piece, place a piece of saran wrap over that. Now, we do want each piece of beef to be pretty thin so that we can wrap it later. So you'll want to beat each piece of meat until it's about a little less than 1/4 of an inch. Okay, great. Now the reason that we've used this saran wrap is because it prevents our meat from ripping while we beat it. So now we can begin to form each roulade. We'll begin by smearing the inside with our Dijon mustard. So we'll want to make sure to cover each piece in full. Then we'll add in that quarter-sized slice of pickle and then a slice of bacon. Wrap it in from each side first. And I'm gonna flip over the top and roll it in like so. And now we'll secure our beef wrap here with our toothpicks. So we'll take one of those and we'll just kind of weave it through, going from the top to the bottom lengthwise. Okay, that looks good. I trust that that won't come apart. And I'm gonna keep working on these beef wraps here, piece by piece. So now we're going to toss each beef roulade in some flour before we throw it in a fairly large pot to fry. After that, we'll pour in our beef stock and create a sauce and let them stew for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So for this, you'll need a fairly large pot. So we'll let this start to heat, and in the meantime, we'll start tossing each of our beef roulades in some flour. So we need to season our meat on each side. And then a little bit of pepper too. Great. Now I'll take one at a time and toss them in my flour. You want to make sure to cover every side of the meat. Shake off the excess. All right, perfect. Now these are ready to fry. I'll take those 2 tablespoons of clarified butter and pour them into my pot here. And now we can place each roulade in our pan here. So we'll need to fry each beef wrap here evenly from each side until it's fully caramelized. At this point, you're gonna have to keep a close eye on what's happening in your pot. You'll need to flip each piece back and forth frequently to make sure it's not burning. So this does require some attention to detail. Now that my meat is done frying here, I'm gonna come back to my 2 cups of beef stock, and I'm just gonna pour it right over my meat here. I'm also going to add in my 2 laurel leaves and my allspice at this point. So now we'll just cover our pot with the lid and we'll let this stew again for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. You'll know when it's ready when your meat is nice and soft. You just kind of have to monitor it. In the meantime, we'll get started on our red cabbage, modra kapusta, as they call it in Silesia. Okay, so we'll start cutting our cabbage first. We'll cut off the end. We'll cut it in half, and then cut each half in half. And now we'll take each quarter piece and kind of create nice thin slices. Okay, great. Now for this next part, we'll need a saute pan. We'll take our 2 tablespoons of butter and throw it on top, okay? And then we'll throw our onion and our prunes on top now. We'll let this saute for a bit. Once our onions get nice and translucent, we'll throw in our cabbage. Okay, great. Now we'll pour in our red wine vinegar. Great, so our red wine vinegar has evaporated here, so we'll just add a bit of salt and pepper for taste. We'll want to use a teaspoon of salt for this, and then a little bit of pepper for some extra flavor. Give that a stir again. And then we'll let this continue to cook on a little bit under a medium heat, and we'll peel our apple. We'll cut it into small square pieces and we'll add that in as well. Stir in our apples, and then we'll cover our pan with its lid, and we'll let this stew for about 20 to 30 minutes until the cabbage is nice and soft. So this was quick and simple, and there you go. You have one of Silesia's most iconic dishes in your very own home. Now, last but not least, we'll make our dumplings. This is personally my favorite aspect of the meal. To begin that, you'll need to set 10 cups of water to boil in a medium pot, and then sift in a teaspoon of salt to taste. So we'll let that start to heat, and in the meantime, we'll start to make our dumplings. We're going to cut my mashed potatoes into 4 triangular pieces here. Okay. And now we'll scoop out one of these quarter sections here and leave it to the side. And then in this missing part here, we'll sift in our potato starch. And then a teaspoon of salt. And 1 egg. Great, and now you can use your hands to form the dough here. So now we'll begin to form our dumplings. We'll just rip off a small piece, form it into a ball. And kind of form it on your board here too, and then make a dent with your finger. Pretty easy, just repeat this until you're done with your dough. Okay, just forming my last dumpling here. Okay, now let's see if our water is boiling. I'm gonna toss them in. Okay, so this should take about 5 minutes. Again, when the dumplings have risen to the top of the water, that's when we'll know that they're ready. So I'm gonna cover my pot again. Well, our dumplings are ready, so I think our dinner is too. Pull them out here. Now this is true Polish homemade food. Now we'll take out a beef roulade. Smells nice and rich. Can't wait to give this a try. Now we'll take a few dumplings and add them to our plate. And now the key to this part is to pour a lot of sauce out over our dumplings and our beef roulade here. So we'll just take a spoon and drizzle this incredibly rich sauce over our dumplings. And then last but not least, our modra kapusta. I can really smell the red wine vinegar in here. I think that's gonna be a really great complement to the red cabbage. And then the prunes in here too will give this all a nice addition of sweet flavor too. Now I'm gonna add a bit of freshness to my plate as well with some fresh dill, because we like to use this in Polish cuisine. And there you are, a beautiful Silesian style Sunday dinner. Now remember, this is the food of working class people, so the ingredients in here and the recipe might not be complex, but the flavors are unbelievable and it makes for a very filling dish. Okay, shall we dig in? Okay. And we have to remember about the toothpick in our beef roulade here. We don't want to eat that. My meat turned out nice and soft. Now let's see about our dumpling. Yep, this is why I love dumplings. This is nice and chewy. It's got the right kind of texture. Really good. And then our cabbage. Well, this is a very flavorful and hearty meal. It'll make you pretty full, so be prepared for that, but I'm very confident that you can finish it all. I really enjoyed getting to know Silesia's culture, its history, its traditions, and most especially its tastes. I hope you agree with me. I'll see you in the next episode of Flavor of Poland. Now back to my meal.
Polish and Slavic Federal Credit Union. Our credit union is more than a bank.
Baron Chocolatier. Lot Polish Airlines offers non-stop flights from the United States to Europe via Poland or Hungary. Luggage, hot meals and drinks are all included. The in-flight entertainment system gives you access to a wide variety of movies and cartoons.
Be our guest. Lot Polish Airlines, a Star Alliance member.
Ernest Roost. Kitchens, wardrobes, interiors.